Hi everybody, my name is Lauren and welcome to Plants and Things. In today's video, we are doing our July/summer plant updates. And I call it /summer because I don't really do like a plant update video every month. It's not even like every other month. It's just kind of whenever I feel like I have a lot of updates, and I have a lot of updates and I'm really excited about it because, you know, my plants went through a lot the past couple of months, as did I. So we're doing so good right now. I just wanted to share all my updates, so keep on watching. Why are you trying to leave me? Why are you trying to leave me? You never sit with me. I want you to sit with me. Stop acting awkward. Lulu loves me, but she's not a lap dog. So her just sitting in my lap is just so awkward for her because she's a guard dog. Like, I know this face is not guard dog face, but she is a true guard dog. Can you just relax? You don't have to be on guard working all the time. I appreciate it though. So before we get started, I just wanted to, as always, thank all of my subscribers, new and already established subscribers, anyone supporting my channel. I truly, truly appreciate it. I do want to ask for you to give me a little grace when it comes to my Instagram. I just can't keep up with both. I'm trying to keep up with YouTube as it is. So Instagram is kind of taking the, okay, I'm not going to hold you hostage anymore since you don't want to sit with me. Yeah, I can't really keep regular with Instagram the way I would like to, but you know, feel free to always come chat with me here in the comments below. All right, so let's get started. I feel like I have showed you guys most of these plants before. There might be one, maybe two plants that y'all have never seen before, and it's kind of like, Lauren, how can you give us an update on a plant we've never seen before? I know, sorry. I've been acquiring plants at a kind of high rate lately, and honestly it's just due to how strong the plant game is down here in Dallas. Like, I don't even know when is the last time I bought a plant. Well, I did do a shop with me, but I had to intentionally go to the store and look for something to buy. Like, I don't have to go to plant shops. I don't have to order online, like, because everyone here has something that you want, you know. So one or two of these plants I might never have seen before. So some of these updates are like not that great, as in it's not an exciting new leaf, but you know, it's a change, and I still want to share it because, as y'all, I'm sure y'all probably already know, if you even have just one plant, everything doesn't always go well with plants, and sometimes there are updates, but they're not fun updates. So I think there's like one or two of those, so we'll probably get those out of the way first so we can get to the exciting stuff. So the first update is going to be my El Choco Red. And the last time y'all saw this plant, it did have a leaf. The leaf was slowly dying. It took a while. It took probably like a month and a half for the leaf to die, and it was a sad death. And it finally crisped over and died, probably like last week maybe. So I had already been air layering it, and thankfully it started working. Probably like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago, I already had these growth points that sprouted from basically nothing. Obviously the node it sprouted from. This leaf emerging has been emerging for a while. So I'm not that excited about this update. That's why it is on this part of the video, because it's an update, but it's not that exciting. I'm just gonna open it up and see, is there any more roots? Like, no. Okay, there is a little root forming. So maybe once, okay, let me see if I can show you guys. There is the tiniest root forming on this growth point here. So maybe once that does something and gets down to the substrate, maybe then it'll push out a leaf. I don't know. There is another growth point over here that's activated as well, but it's been like that. I will say within the last, I did move it. Once the leaf dropped, I moved it into my cabinet, and since then this growth point grew like a millimeter, 2 millimeters. Like, it did get a little bit taller because it wasn't bent like that before. So hopefully it being in there will do something. I haven't noticed any new root growth at all, actually. That might be concerning. But this being in perlite, I hadn't, maybe I should, no, it's still moist in there. I haven't had to add more water because it's been staying moist, but I did get some chunky perlite, which I really like. It's only been 2 days, but I feel like I really like it more. So maybe I'll change this over to that, maybe, I don't know. But that's what's going on with my El Choco Red. No more beautiful leaf, but do have some potential here. I thought I saw something else. Yeah, there's definitely potential. So, and I haven't had to re-wet this moss at all because it's been wrapped in plastic, which I love. So yeah, maybe I will, I don't know, maybe I won't, because the leaf is emerging. Let me let it do what it do, and then I'll think about touching it. I'm not gonna touch it, I'm just gonna let it do what it do. But that's the first update, my non-leaf having El Choco Red. The next update, this is, I thought this plant was a goner. I thought it was dead because okay, so if y'all remember when I moved, if you didn't see the video, I'll insert the video. When I moved, I brought most of my plants with me, and some of them just didn't do well. My Rhaphidophora was one of them. It pretty much lost half of its leaves that it had. I had chopped it all the way down and cut what was left of the leaves into single leaf cuttings. Those are rooting up just fine, which I expected. But the bottom cut, it was okay. It still had roots, like new roots forming, I could see. And I was like, okay, let me give it a little more light. I put it closer to the window and forgot about it. And it dried out completely. And I was like, oh my God, I killed it. Like, cause it was like so dry. It looked like a crisp, like a twig. And the roots, I mean. And then I thought I killed it, and I said, let me just, you know, see what happens. So I kept watering it anyways. And this is why you don't give up, guys. Just don't give up so easily with plants, okay? Don't get excited. There's no leaf here yet. But we have a growth point. I'm dripping water. Okay, we're gonna have to turn it this way. We have a growth point. So this I thought was a complete goner. Can I see? Okay, y'all can see these roots over here looking wild, like like dried up, skinny, wild. Like that's when I let it dry out crazy. Okay, it's still dripping on me. That's because I just watered it yesterday. It dried out so bad, and I'm pretty sure those roots have rotted. But there must be new roots somewhere in here because this growth point is here. It's alive. So this is a win to me because I thought I murdered this plant. I was gonna have to start over with the cuttings I had. If y'all remember, I got this, I guess in a trade. Yeah, it was a trade. I gave her, the girl, a decursiva. She gave me a tetrasperma, and it was such a nice like cutting already rooted. I had put it on a plank and then moved it across country and then disrespected it. So now it's bouncing back. Plants are resilient. Plants are resilient. Let me tell you. The next plant I want to show, I can't bring it. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I can't bring it here. So I'm going to insert a clip, and that is of my mom's magnolia tree. It bloomed. So I don't know if I have a picture or a video because at the time, I might have did a video. I'm not sure. Whatever I have is going to be up on the screen. It bloomed. It had this beautiful white, like silky flower. Like it was so gorgeous, and it was big, and it only lasted a day. My mom was like, what's wrong with it? Why did it only last a day? And I'm like, I don't know. Like some plants, their blooms only last, you know, a day or two. They don't always last long. So she was upset it only lasted a day, but you know, I had to get a picture because I knew, not that it was only gonna last a day, but I knew that if I didn't get a picture, then when I saw it, it might not be there the next day. And sure enough, it was gone the next day. So it was beautiful. And guess what? It smelled like, I don't even know. It smelled like let me think of my words before I stumble over them. It smelled like perfume, but like a powdery, soft, feminine, like it just smelled so good. I was like, why does this tree smell so good? It wasn't the tree, it was the flower. The flower smelled so good. So imagine if it had like multiple flowers on it, which they, as they get bigger, they do. I did see, I don't know if I have it in a clip. If I don't, I'll try to get another one. There are little buds. I think they're buds. So if those open up, I have to see. I don't even know like how often do magnolias bloom. Like, do they bloom all year round? Like, I don't even know. But I see what I think to be buds, which maybe some more flowers, or maybe some more flowers. And if so, that's gonna be gorgeous. So that's the next update. So the next two plant updates are gonna be from when I did my plants on planks video. If you haven't seen it, I'll insert it up above. And the first one is my ADONSONII. I don't know if I must have. I don't remember potting this in that video, but I must have because it's on this plank. I don't know. But it is so full and luscious. I did talk about this also in underrated plants because it's an underrated plant. And it does look, I moved it recently because if y'all can see, these leaves look a little, they look a little odd. Like they don't look as dark and like shimmery as they used to look. So like I said, I'm still figuring out where my plants are okay at. I mean, it grew all of this from here up, probably this leaf too, from here up when we moved here. So, okay. Anyways, I thought it was like liking the sun, but now as I look closer at it, it's not as dark green as it used to be, and it almost looks like a little yellow, like it's getting bleached. This one over here is definitely bleached. That's definitely bleached. But it's taken off. It's not as full down here. If you might notice, that's because I did take some cuttings. Someone on Wish Wednesday wanted a ADONSONII. I said, I have a bunch, here you go. I had some cuttings that I didn't know what to do with it, and I had these, so I was like, let me send multiples just in case some don't make it. And she never messaged me back, so I don't know. I hope it made it alive. She never like said, hey, they're alive. So I'm just hoping they're alive. Oh, it's dirt. Okay. Listen, I am on high alert, okay? Because I've been fighting thrips. Let me not speak that into existence. Oh my God. I've been fighting spider mites like crazy. I was just watching somebody talk about thrips. That's why they came to my mind. But yeah, this plant is doing very well. This is a new leaf. It's funny, I just watered all these plants yesterday and now they're all dripping on me. I don't even put drain holes in my containers anymore, but these still have them. These are from my earlier days. It's funny because a lot of times these leaves will start growing through another leaf and I have to like take it out because it's a little bush in here. It's crazy. I do need to reattach. I only have one plant tape down here. I mean, it's already leaned up against the plank, but I do want to put this vine here up against it. So I might do another little band here at some point. But yeah, my ADONSONII is so full and gorgeous. The roots have always been going crazy ever since I potted this plant. So that is nothing new. You'll see new roots on this side. It's always looking good. I guess, I mean, I don't feel like it needs to be repotted, but soon I guess it will. But this is she. Pretty little bush. I really feel like it's a lot fuller and taller than it was before. I'm gonna see if I have a picture to compare because every time I look at it, I'm like, wow. Because this is a plant, if you guys remember, that I got as a rehab, and it was maybe two or three sad vines. And so I chopped it all back, just like how I chopped my Raphidophora, rooted up the cuttings and put them all together. And it was cute when I first put it together, but it wasn't this. It was not this. So this is good. This is very, very good. The next plant on plank update is my MANJULA. Now, I think these leaves are sizing up. Y'all tell me. This is the latest leaf on the plank. There's other leaves down here that are new as well, but this leaf compared to Let's see, this one, I don't know. It's funny, this plant, it took, oh my gosh, keep dripping this stuff on me. I'm gonna try to ignore it. This plant took a while to take off. Like it would put out, I don't even think it put out maybe one leaf until I moved here. And then it started putting out leaf after leaf after leaf. So this is, to me, a nice size up compared to, let's see, what was the leaf that came out? I think the one before it is, this is a new one that's not unfurled yet, and it's actually smaller, and this half one came out. So let's see, if we compare it to even this one, you know, like that's a good little size up right there. And then down here, I want to say from this janky leaf down is all the leaves. Yeah, because when I had it, it was like the length of the pot. So from this janky leaf down, it's all new growth. So pretty. I just love the pattern of this plant. So yeah, this is doing big things. I planned on possibly cutting off this vine because it's all green and just potting it up separate and just have a reverted manjula just as a green plant, because I do like, what's the manjula crossed with? I do like the jade pothos, but I never really wanted to buy it. So maybe this will be that, my jade pothos that I didn't want to buy. And then watch it start popping out variegated leaves. Whatever you want to do. So these leaves up here, I'm just noticing they're like so much darker around the edge here. It looks really pretty compared to these. Dripping all this water. I'm not sure why. Maybe this, I feel like this yellowing started to happen in the truck when it was on the truck for 2 weeks. So maybe that's what that is. But it looks really good. I'm not bothered by this all green leaf. I'm really not. But like, it's a pretty leaf on its own. It's a really pretty leaf on its own. The texture is kind of soft and buttery, but it don't really belong here. You don't belong here. But yeah, this is doing really good. Really, really good. I'm very happy with how my manjula is doing. I'm gonna have to, yeah, I definitely need to pin it up so that we can see how the next leaf is doing. I should have been did that like 2 leaves ago, but I be getting lazy. But that is my manjula. The next one, this is a big one for me. We're getting into the more exciting categories. Matter of fact, let me hold that one. I'm gonna hold that one because that's a big deal for me. The next one, this is a mixed pot of some propagations that are propagating very well. And the first one, I'm gonna take it out because it's so pretty. You're probably gonna see this plant again in another video that's coming up shortly after this that I previously recorded. I think it's gonna come up in my, did I talk about this in my side plants? I did a video about my, oh maybe, I don't know. The point is you're gonna see this again. And it is my giganteum. Look, I'm just gonna stand here. I'm just gonna hold this here so y'all can really take in the beauty of this leaf. Like, really take it in because it's fire. I feel like not all giganteums look like this. I've seen some giganteums that are more green with white speckling. This is like white with green speckling. Like, this to me looks more beautiful than the leaves that it originally had. I don't even remember what those leaves looked like, to be honest, but they didn't look like this. And it has this like pillowy, bouncy texture to it. It finally is getting some roots on it. Like, I've had this for a while, y'all know. Like, I did this import with Dudley and it was a downhill battle with this plant, but it's finally come back to life and it has another leaf coming and it looks like it's gonna be a nice one. So yeah, I'm really excited. This, I like lost all joy for this plant until this leaf came out and I was like, wow, now I remember why I was so pressed to get this plant, because it's gorgeous, gorgeous. The other update that's in here with these is these variegated epi cuttings. If y'all remember when I did my haul video not too long ago. Let me put this over here. Okay, when I did my haul video not too long ago, I had got a new variegated epi and I wasn't really happy with how it was looking, so I did chop every single leaf into single leaf cuttings and they all rooted. I have had no deaths of leaves. What is the plural? Deaths. There was no death of leaf. I was able to root all of them, and I'm pretty sure I just put it in Jack's House Plant Special water from the beginning. I didn't change, I didn't put like anything different, and all the leaves came out variegated. Most of them have new leaves, if not already emerged, starting to emerge. You can see down in here, starting to emerge, tons of roots. The only thing I'm waiting for to pop this up is for the butt cut, the bottom plant, to put out its leaf. Once it puts out its leaf, then I'll repot all of them together. But it's doing so good. It's doing so good. I was afraid. I was really, and it makes me wonder now, why was my other one such a struggle? Like, why was it such a struggle? You know why? It was probably because I was doing too much, because I didn't just leave it in the water that it was in, and it was the dead of winter. It was the dead of winter as well, and I didn't just leave it in water. I put it in moss, then I put it in perlite. Then if I would have just left it in water like I did this, maybe it would have been fine. I'm sorry if you guys hear chewing in the background. That is Lulu. Lulu. Can you tone it down, please? I got them these buffalo horns, water buffalo horns. They love those things, especially Lulu. She loves that thing. She was chewing it nonstop, and so you're gonna continue to hear her chewing on it throughout the video. I can't avoid it, I'm sorry. But the next plant, this is a big update for me, because y'all will see through the history of these leaves how terrible they look, and I finally got a nice leaf. So it is my variegated burle MARX. No, this leaf is not variegated, I know, but it's healthy looking, and that is what we are mostly here for. Notice I said mostly. I would like it to be variegated, but I am more happy that it's just a healthy leaf, because this is the leaf it came with. Did it have 2 leaves? I don't remember if it had 2 leaves when I got it, but this is definitely the original leaf. And if I remember, I dropped it, broke off the growth point, couldn't get it to grow at all. Then it finally put out this one looking crazy, half of a leaf, not sure why. And then again, this one came out bigger, had some variegation, but again, looking crazy. Couldn't figure out what it was. Finally, as in like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, it started putting out this leaf, and here we are. Finally, I have a regular leaf. This started coming out after I potted it up into pond in this container, because I feel like it was definitely in pond before, but I wasn't keeping a reservoir, because I was keeping a reservoir before and it wasn't doing anything. So I was like, let me try something different. And it still really didn't do anything. And I don't know what made me put it in here. Sometimes, like, I don't know if y'all do this. Let me know in the comments below if y'all do this. If there's a plant that's like, I can't figure it out, I'm irritated by it because it's not really doing what I want it to do, and if it's not like in a really cute pot or situation, I kind of ignore it. It's already not doing what I want it to do, and it's not in a cute pot. What am I looking at it for? And so then I just repotted it to make it look a little more presentable. And then all of a sudden, this leaf came out. I have no idea if one has anything to do with the other, but it's doing good. Let's appreciate this leaf by remembering this leaf. Like, this used to be a beautiful leaf. If y'all can tell, it has this lime green up top there. Like, it used to be a beautiful leaf, but it quickly went downhill. The only reason I'm keeping it, I mean, I was gonna keep it until this one came out. It's not hardened off completely, so I don't know. It's like, I feel like I just don't want to touch it. I literally just don't want to touch it, because even though I'm touching it right now, I mean, I don't want to change anything to it because I don't want it to stop growing. It has another growth point down here. I do think that this aerial root helped a lot. This one here came out and went down into the substrate, so that maybe helped a lot as well. There is another one there, so maybe it just needed to get itself together root wise, because that was not happening before. Sorry, I was not getting any aerial roots forming at all before, and I put it in the cabinet. So maybe that's what it needed. Maybe it needed more light than I thought, and to be in higher humidity, because that's the only thing that's changed. That is the only thing that's changed. But anyways, I'm just happy to have a healthy leaf. Like, this is major for me. I was ready to give up on this plant. Every time I was like, bump Burle Marx. Like, I didn't care about the plant anymore at all. But then I would keep seeing people with beautiful variegated Burle Marx, and I'm like, should I just get another one that's beautiful and forget mine? But I just couldn't, because, and look at the stem. Like, it's possibly, if I can keep it growing, hopefully y'all can see that there's a light greenish yellowish marking down there. Like, it should have good variegation. So like I said, I'm not too disappointed about this all green leaf, because I feel like it has potential, and we saw it in the original leaves. It just took a little while as in like 6 months for it to get it together, but that's neither here nor there. We're making progress. Lulu, can you lay off, please? Just a little bit, or go do it in the living room? No? Okay. The next plant I'm also really happy about, because I really love this plant, and I was really sad. Like, I remember just sitting there sad looking at it. It got cold damage when I moved from my apartment to my mom's house, and I had to chop off so many leaves and vines, and I was so sad just looking at it, because it was the fullest, like, most beautiful plant, and then I lost half of it. So the fact that it's growing back the way that it is, oh my gosh. And that is my lipstick plant. I am so in love with this plant. This plant made a 110% comeback. Like, all of these vines you see are completely new. This the end of this is new. Like, the whole bottom of this new, like literally from here down. Like, it's doing so good. Like, this was one of my favorite plants for a while. It's still one of my favorite plants. I really hope it blooms again for me this winter. I think it will, because it's been very happy. It does look a little bleached in some areas. Like, I probably need to move it back from the window, but I feel like it's the only plant that's like not doing bad at all in that area, and I'm afraid to put another plant there. I'm just checking the back. I don't know what I would do if this got pests. Like, with all these little leaves, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, I would have to actually sit here and clean off every little leaf. That's not happening. So all of these blank, you know, vines is where I had to cut off leaves, because they got the cold damage and they basically turned black. All of this here, and it just came all the way back. It came all the way back. It is like, these leaves popped up quickly, but I will say they're like taking a long time to size up, or to, I don't know, are they going to become this size? I'm assuming that they're developing to become this size, you know, to look like this, but it's been looking like this small for a while. Ooh. Almost whacked myself in the face. But yeah, I just think it's so beautiful. The leaves are the new leaves are kind of fuzzy. These leaves are slightly fuzzy too, but look at the little, can you see it? The little fuzz around the corners, around the edges, I should say. I'm just happy that it's bouncing back. I thought it would take a long time to bounce back, but it literally gave me like four to five new vines just between, I want to say that it just started coming back right before I moved, and then it completely, I'm giving all the credit to Texas, because I feel like ever since I moved, a lot of my plants made a big change. But in their defense, summer, I did move right at the beginning of summer, so that could be it too. But I'm gonna give the credit to Texas. This is kind of dusty. I never really wipe these leaves or rinse the plant because the lady I bought it from told me not to get the leaves wet, and so it's just always kind of dusty. And I'm just not gonna go through and wipe every single leaf. But yeah, that is my lipstick plant doing so well, so amazing. Just happy that it's making a comeback. Ew, spider web from a real spider. So good. All of these new vines, where are they? Right here. So happy. We're gonna put you back over here. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do that one because it's gonna be seen later. No, mine. Oh, okay. So this is a plant that I think I may not have shown you guys before. I don't think so, but it is a wish list plant and it did not disappoint. Like, when I say it didn't disappoint, and it's not even that, it's not a big plant at all, but even though it is not a big plant, on my shelf of all my plants, this leaf just sticks out so much. It's breathtaking. Like, I think I'm gonna say that it's my favorite plant right now. It's definitely my favorite plant right now, because you know that changes. And that is my CHIAPENSE, my Syngonium CHIAPENSE. So I got it as a 1-leaf rooted cutting with this leaf here, which is also beautiful. It has a different tone to it. I want to say, I think it was a little darker when I first got it, but I did put it in my cabinet, so it might have gotten a little splotchy from being in my cabinet with too much light, possibly, not sure. But a week after I got it, it already started working on this leaf, and I was like, ooh, yes, gonna give me a leaf. And then I kept seeing it growing. I'm like, that's gonna be a big leaf. And then it finally came out, and I was like, oh my God, the texture, the butteriness of this leaf. Like, so I moved it out the cabinet since it put this leaf out, because I'm like, I don't want it to get splotchy like this. So I put it on my shelf, but it's not on the side facing the window. So I'm hoping that it's gonna be okay there. But it is just the most butteriest. It's like someone took Italian leather and made a plant with it. Like, that is what, if y'all ever felt like good quality buttery leather, like, that is what this feels and looks like. It's amazing. It is in soil, and I think I want to take it out of soil because I just feel more confident in passive hydroponics. I just do. I just feel more comfortable in passive hydroponics. But it has the tiniest little, like, probably can't see it, but the tiniest little sign of a leaf being starting to grow. So that's obviously going to be a while before that comes out, but I don't even want to stunt the growth of it. I don't know, because it also has little aerial roots, tiny aerial root on this side, and then there's another one on the other side. And so I feel like that's an excuse for me to pot it up on a pole, which means I would have to take it out of the soil. So I might as well put it in pond. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna see how fast this does or doesn't progress. And then I'll kind of decide, because I really don't want the aerial root to dry up. And I know that if I get it up on a pole, the leaves will get even bigger. It's beautiful. So beautiful. This is my favorite leaf right now. Literally, when I get up in the morning and I look across the room, I look at my plants, this leaf sticks out in the sea of plants on that shelf. And I just look at it and I'm like, wow, it's so beautiful. And it's like, it's just a green leaf. So it's not like it has any variegation or any odd shape or anything. It's just the striking texture of this leaf that you can feel it just from looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just really love this leaf. This CHIAPENSE is my favorite right now. My top favorite. I know this is not a favorites video, but I said it. I said it. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's my favorite over the Majestic. It is. I'm sorry. Right now, it's my favorite over the Majestic. Only because my Majestic kind of slowed down in its growth a little bit. And I mean, it's still cute, but it's not that right now. I just had to say it. So that's that. The next plant is kind of far. I thought I moved the plants close. The next plant. This is the plant that I also featured in my plant haul video, summer plant haul video. I'm not sure. I'll put it up in the cards. It's my MONSTERA ACACOYAGUENSIS. And it's doing wild. Like this plant, and I'm pretty sure I showed it sometime between now and then how crazy the roots are. But literally all of this is new. Like all of this is new. No, this whole thing from here down. No, this whole thing from here down. No, like this plant is crazy. And now that I'm looking at it, okay, that's from the same plant. Okay, it just puts out leaf after leaf after leaf. What are these little dots? If some of the leaves look dusty, it's because it was sitting on the shelf and I had my curtain rod installed and the guy left a big mess. Yes, I paid someone to install my curtain rod. It's up really high and I couldn't figure out. I know how to hang a curtain rod, but I could not figure this one out. So I had to hire somebody and he left a mess. The point is, that's why these leaves are dusty if you see dust. But I'm just waiting to get the long ruffly leaf like this. That's the only thing I'm a little disappointed about, is why I'm getting Peru vibes. I know it's much thinner than a Peru, but why am I getting Peru vibes instead of ACACOYAGUENSIS vibes? Ruffly leaf, trying to put out fenestration vibes. I don't know, but it's still growing crazy. And maybe it wants me to put it up on a pole, which I think we could do it. I think we could do it. Now though, I do think, because I have, like, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did a video, an update to my sad plants. I did like a summer edition of the my sad plants, and then I showed like the plants from my last my sad plants video. And in this my sad plants video, I did a lot of moss pulls. So, but I didn't do one for this one, obviously, because I don't have plastic long enough. But there is another plant that I also kind of want to do it for, my Glorious, and that's going to need a big pole. So if the next leaf like this isn't going to be it, I already know. It needs to have something to climb. That's what it is. Once it has something to climb, then it will give me better leaves. And I'm just going to have to give in. I'm going to have to give in and do it. And I'm going to do it because I bought this plant for it to look like this, not like this. So, and look, it has all these area roots that want to be somebody. So I can't get around it. I thought I could. After the first leaf, like the first leaf that came out, I was like, oh, it's just small because it was chopped. This is the first leaf after, you know, it being propagated, first leaf in my care. And then it just kept putting out the same type and size leaves. And I was like, okay, I think we're past that. And it's still giving me these shaped leaves. So yeah, we're gonna get it up on a pole. I'm gonna order the supplies. Look at these roots, boy. Look at these roots. I don't even know what I'm gonna put this in because I feel like I buy glass jars so often and there's just not enough. Actually, I think I might, that one will be good in, actually. It'll be really nice in that one. I have a jar to put it in. Then we're gonna do it. I'm gonna get the stuff. I'm gonna order it probably today or tomorrow, and we're gonna do that because it's gonna look fire when I finally do it. The next update. Oh, I'm so excited about this update. I said I wasn't gonna show plants that I was gonna show in my sad plants video, but I can't not show this one. I just can't. I just can't. This next plant, y'all know, was on the struggle bus, obviously, because it was in my sad plants. It is my FRYDEK. Look at this leaf. Look at it. And the only reason that I told myself I'm gonna show it anyways is because this leaf wasn't fully like grown and hardened off when I recorded that video. So now it is. Like, it is so chubby and chunky. Look at it. Look at where we started. And now if y'all remember when I first unboxed this, the first leaves were probably half this size. And we were working with leaves like this all winter long. Granted, it was winter. So I'm not gonna hold it against you because it was winter that we was working on 1 to 2 leaves of this size. And finally, when I got this leaf, I was like, okay, we doing something, because look, I don't want to drop this. Hopefully y'all can still see this size difference in these two right here. We doing something. When I saw this leaf, I said, oh, we doing something. And it started to get the texture. I didn't really have this texture before, the pillowy texture. And then this one came out. I said, what? Oh my gosh. Finally, I'm finally gonna have the FRYDEK of my dreams. And then for real, it didn't really take that long. Like, I'm really impatient. That's what I'm learning about myself. This one is dusty too. I'm really impatient because what was I expecting? It was winter and most allocations got back to a corm in the winter, and mine didn't even do that. It just kept one leaf the whole time. So I just need to be grateful. And what is this? What is this? Is this a pup? Oh no, maybe that's the other plant. So if y'all remember, I accidentally planted the corms from a different allocation in here. Oh, I forgot this was in here. It's gonna drip everywhere and I'm gonna take the L for it just to show y'all. Look at this. I might have to take a picture and insert it, but there is a growth here from a corm, and I don't think it's a pup from this plant, only because the top of this is more like a burgundy color, which means I think that it's from the other allocation. Look at the roots. The roots have gone crazy. So that means that I'll have another one of those alocasia Maya mask, is it? I don't know which one it is, but that's funny. That is funny. We have two kinds of allocations growing in here, but the only one we care about right now is the FRYDEK. This was my #1 wish list plant for probably ever since I started with plants, and I loved it when I got it, but it just wasn't cooperating. Granted, allocations, they're a little funny, like they're a little hard to manage sometimes, and I'm glad I was patient. And it has a little bump. Lulu. What I tell y'all, she's a watchdog. Lulu. Thank you. It has another leaf working. It's working on another leaf. There's a little bump here, so we got another one coming. And I don't know, part of me wants to take it out of this pot because, hi, are you interested in this plant? Why are you interested in this plant? You're never interested. Okay. Part of me wants to take it out of this pot because everything is in clear glass containers, but I'm too lazy to do it. And I don't want to have to figure out which pot to put in it. How many do we have left? We have one left, and then a kind of an honorary one. So yeah, let's do this one. This one is exciting, but it's like, dang, it could have been just a little bit better, but let me just be grateful. This one's exciting. This one is exciting. So I talked about this plant in my, I talked about this plant in my plant regrets, and I feel like, as soon as I put that video out, now this plant started doing something, and I'm like, really? And that is my Philodendron MCDOWELL. So it's been a one leafer for a long time, and it finally put this leaf out. As what? gosh, as crazy as it looks, it's a leaf, y'all. It's a leaf, and it's a reasonably healthy leaf. I don't know why it came out like this. It was stuck, furled up for a little while. I was misting it to kind of help it out. I put it right in front of the humidifier so it could stay moist. And like once I popped it, it was reasonably close to the humidifier before, but it was still like kind of half open, half stuck. And so I put it directly in front of the humidifier, like the steam directly on it. And then it opened up more. So it still is it's a little crazy looking, but it's fine. It's doing okay. And I was just happy to have this leaf. Like I was just really happy that it finally did something. I didn't care how small it is. I don't care that it looks, wow, it has a lot of EFNs. Interesting. I'm seeing all these little like beads of liquid all over the place. Lulu, relax. It's okay. I promise. It's okay. They can't come in here. And I'm happy this leaf hang on too, even though it's crispy on the edge, it's fine. I was just happy to have this leaf because I had it for how long and it didn't do anything. We know it's a slow grower, but still. Then I saw this little growth point here. I don't want to tip it because the leca's gonna fall out. When this leaf came out, there was no sign of this caterpillar at all. And then like a week ago, the caterpillar was just poking out, and then now by today, it's like all the way out. So that is really exciting. The roots, I don't know where this root is trying to go, but I guess I'm gonna have to resituate it and put it back in there. But the roots have always been fine. Like it had always been working on roots. It just wasn't putting out any leaves. So I'm happy that this leaf is kind of like in the vicinity of this leaf, so it's, you know, kind of stays put together. I'm probably always going to keep this stake on here because I don't think that this leaf will hold itself up without it. And it looks like, I don't want to dig it out, but ew, what is that? I guess that's the wish I had a flashlight. That looks weird. Oh, okay. Interesting. The anatomy of plants are interesting. It looks like this caterpillar has grown really close to this. So hopefully when this comes out and up, it'll, you know, be near this. It won't get too gangly like I don't like. We'll see. We shall see. This, what is this called? Stolon, maybe? I wouldn't normally bury the stolon, but because it's in leca, I know that it has a lot of airflow and this could not be stable without me burying it. So it's kind of starts here and goes kind of like this. It goes down like that. So yeah, it's looking really good. I'm just happy that it put out a leaf. Like this is kind of like the grand finale. The McDowell put out a leaf. Yeah, ooh. It's okay, it's okay. Even though it looks funny, it's still a new leaf and we're happy. You can't, listen, beggars can't be choosers, okay? I wanted a new leaf, it gave me a new leaf. I didn't say I wanted a new perfect leaf. Would a perfect leaf be nice? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. What you want to do? You want to come over here or no? All right. The last one is an honorary mention because this one is like, y'all ever heard people talk about like if someone's trying to lose weight, they'll be like non-scale gains or like non-scale progress. Like progress is not always based on numbers. If you're on a diet and maybe you didn't lose no weight, but you didn't give up in your workout, that's a gain. That's a win, non-scale win right there. This is a non-leaf win, okay? No leaves were involved, but progress was made. So it is with my Hoya. What is this again? Mia, be nice. I know y'all screaming at me right now. PUBICALYX. I was gonna say Wyedia, and I'm like, I don't think that's that. Huba. Hoya PUBICALYX splash, super splash, something splashy. So we don't have really any like new leaves or anything, but I couldn't, this was my first Hoya, if you don't know. This is the first one that I purchased a few months ago, and I just didn't really understand it. Like because I don't know anything about Hoyas, so it feels dusty, so I'm just wiping the leaves. I couldn't tell if it was growing. It's like when you have a philodendron, you know you got 4 leaves. So when you see another one, that's a new leaf. This already has, you know, several leaves. I don't know. This one looks small. Did this one just grow? I don't know. You know, I couldn't really tell what was going on with the plant, if it was growing or not. But I did know it wasn't happy because the leaves were always so flexible. Like I could just bend them. Like it was too flexible, and I was seeing a lot of like the veins were kind of popping out a little bit. So when did I put this into pond? I don't know when I put it into pond, but at some point I put it into pond, and I put it on this hanger. It's really a hanger, and I just wrapped it around in a circle. And I said I want it to be up. I want to have a halo. I want it to go around, blah, blah, blah. I thought that Hoyas could take bright lights, because I know not all Hoyas sun stress, but I don't know about Hoyas. So I thought it would be fine and closer to my window. And it was alive, it was fine, but the leaves would never firm up. It was using up the water quite quickly too. And then I just one day said, you know what, let me do something, because it's not like the leaves won't firm up. It's drinking up the water. Like it felt like how this leaf feels, like super flexible. And then I moved it. I finally moved it into a spot that I liked. And now all the leaves are firm. The leaves are firm, they're happy. And I know I said it was a non-leaf gang, but this is how you know your plant is happy. This tiny little leaf here is forming. I was like, ah! And then, because I didn't know what a new Hoya leaf looked like. People be saying like, oh, there's a new leaf coming on my Hoya, and it looks like this. I'm like, how do you know? Like, oh no. Does it have spider mites? What does spider mites on a Hoya look like? There's like a web along this tendril, but there's no leaves for me to see. Like, is that spider mites? I'm so sick of spider mites. No, if it is, I'm gonna just dunk it, rinse it, spray it like I did everything else. It might have spider mites, I don't know. The point is, we have some growth here, and I still call this a non-leaf game because who knows if this leaf will become something. The tip is brown. The point is just that I finally figured out this plant. Like, I don't know about y'all, but it's like a really good feeling. It's kind of like really satisfying when you finally figure out what a plant wants. It's like, okay, now we understand each other. You know, we're not just both existing in each other's lives, we understand each other. So I'm proud of myself because I figured out this Hoya. Speaking of Hoyas, I have several Hoyas now these days, guys. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll do like a little, here's my little Hoya collection. Not really collection because I only have like 5, but it's a lot more than what I started off with, and I love them all. They're all like really cute. I thought it was gonna be a boring plant to own, but it's not. It's not boring at all. They are doing some exciting things. And yeah, okay, maybe I'll do another video on that, on all the Hoyas that I have, because I just bought another one today. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what updates you have with your plants. What are some exciting things or not so exciting things, not happy updates, but it's an update, because those happen too. And all we gotta do, sometimes when we have updates that's not really what we want, it's an opportunity for us to shift, do something different, try something else different. And there is something new I want to try as well. So I'm probably gonna share that with you guys too, because I have some plants coming. And so I want to test something out before they come. So I'm gonna try to get it soon. And maybe when I pot up my ACACOYAGUENSIS on a pole, I'll try it at that time too. So yeah, I definitely want to try out some new things, because I was starting to feel a little bored and feeling like everything was routine, and I was starting to get tired of just watering my plants. So I had to do something, try something new, try a new substrate, try potting my plants differently, getting new plants, of course, to just spice it up, shake it up a bit. So I'm definitely going to share that with you guys soon. And so yeah, if you like this video, please press the like button. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram, but you might not see much. You know what? I update my stories more than anything. Like, I be in my stories, and I may not always post in my stories, but I interact with people in their stories. So if you would like to talk to me in the stories, follow me on Instagram. Thank you and have a good night.